I cannot believe I just came up with this incredible idea for a novel. I am a genius. This will be the easiest novel I've ever written. I'll probably be able to write it in 2 months. But you know what? 2 months seems like too much time. I bet I'll be able to finish it in 6 weeks. Why am I not able to finish this novel in 6 weeks? Okay, if I just up my word count from 1,500 words per day to 3,000 words per day, then I'll still be able to get this done in 6 weeks. I know I haven't actually been writing 1,500 words per day up till now, but I still think I'll be able to get it up to 3,000 words per day without too much trouble. I am a terrible person. I'm worse than all the other writers out there for some reason. I just know that that is true. Okay, maybe if I go back to my original goal of 1,500 words per day, I'll at least make progress. That's better than just giving up, which is what I have been doing. Alright, 500 to 700 words per day is what I'm actually capable of achieving. It will take me longer than 6 weeks to write this novel, but at least it will get written. Hello, friends. My name is Elizabeth, and I'm a writer. I'm sort of a writer, so yeah, let's chat. As you may or may not know, I have been writing novels for like the past 10 years or so. None successfully, and recently I sort of fell into a slump. A writing slump. Although I didn't really fall in as much as desperately claw my way into the slump. I forced myself into the slump. And I did that by constantly increasing my writing goals until they were all unreachably high. Why did I do that? So I thought I would come here today and share with you a few tips on how to manage the overwhelm of writing a novel, as well as how to spot writerly burnout before it happens. Like how to spot things that you might be doing that will lead you to burnout. And just nip that in the bud. Nip that in the bud. And I know I've talked about this before, and like all writers have talked about this before, little, small, gentle things you can do to take care of yourself while you're writing a novel so that you don't burn out. But, you know, I hear all those things, I say all those things, and yet I don't do them. So this list is just going to be the bare essentials, the absolute minimum of what you need to be doing and being aware of in order to prevent yourself from constantly entering writerly burnout. Because I know, all of us, me included, we hear those lists, we read those lists, we come up with the lists of things to do to take care of ourselves while we're writing a novel so that we don't burn out, and then we don't do any of those things. So, in this video, I'm just going to be talking about what you absolutely have to do and what you absolutely cannot do if you don't want to be burned out. Take it from me. But first, I would like to back up for a minute, because I actually just realized that you wouldn't know I had recently fallen into a writing slump unless you just happen to infer that from my lack of writing vlogs. But just to let you know, I am actually working on a writing vlog. I'm filming the whole slump process. The evolution of the slump. It's all been caught on camera, and it will be in a future video. So stay tuned for that. But in this video, I would like to talk about what I have learned about balancing life and being a writer. Bare essentials. So the first major thing that you can do, that you need to do, that you have to do, in order to prevent yourself from burning out, is to stop raising your goals. Just stop it. Stop it, Elizabeth. I've said this before, but I'm saying it again, because I need to hear it, okay? During my recent writing slump, which you will get to see in an upcoming writing vlog video, not sure how far in the future upcoming, but it will be upcoming, I started a new writing project, and it was going great. You know, as new writing projects tend to go. The idea was fresh and shiny, and I had endless possibilities for this new story that I was writing. But then, because it was going so well, I started to increase my goals. My fatal flaw. Both my daily word count goals, as well as my end goal date of when I wanted to be completely finished with the first draft. And let me tell you, they were some unrealistic goals. But I didn't see it. I still struggle to see it. I'm making this video for myself to remind myself that I cannot meet all of these crazy, ever-increasing goals that I set for myself. Okay? Even Stephen King, one of the world's most prolific writers, says that the first draft should take no longer than 3 months. And every time I hear that, I'm like, Stephen, you are a wild man. No one could write that fast. And yet, for some reason, I wanted to write the first draft of this new novel in 2.5 months. Why? Why did I do that? It makes no sense. Logically, I know in my brain that I, myself, Elizabeth, cannot write a first draft of a novel in 3 months. And yet, when I was setting goals for myself, I thought, well, heck with 3 months. I bet I can write this novel even faster. Why? You know? No, I cannot. That is a surefire way to burn yourself out. And what's going to end up happening is, first, you will end up dreading the writing process. Then you're going to start falling behind on your unrealistic daily goals. Then you're going to start berating yourself for not meeting your unrealistic daily goals. Then you're going to lie to yourself and say that you just need a little break and then everything will be fine. And then your break will stretch on for weeks and weeks. You'll become terrified of ever returning to the story because it's been so long, there's no point in even having goals anymore. And in order to even remotely make up for the time that you've lost, you'll need to make sure that this first draft is absolutely perfect so that it doesn't need revision. Because then you can feel like you can make up for your wasted time by not revising. And then you get paralyzed by the existential dread of having to write a perfect first draft and needing to flawlessly create every time you sit down to write. And the next thing you know, it's been 6 months and you only have 4 chapters. Ask me how. You don't want to do that. So, don't keep raising your goals. That's all I'm saying. Find a goal that feels comfortable and reasonable and stick with it, even if it's 100 words per day, because 100 words per day will always be better than 0 words per day. So, the second thing you can do to manage the overwhelming task of writing a novel and prevent yourself from constantly battling burnout, to allow yourself to experience joy. Like seriously, you gotta celebrate the small milestones. I am absolutely terrible at this. This is literally my worst skill. I don't think I've ever celebrated anything in my life. And let me tell you, that does not keep me motivated for doing things in the future. I have written and completed and revised and submitted and been rejected on 5 novels. I was halfway through draft 2 of my 6th novel when I decided to take a break and start writing this wild 10-week novel for some unknown reason. And yet I have never once celebrated any writing-related success. Why? You know, I'm saying this now, and I don't even know if I'll be able to make myself start doing it. I'm just telling you to do it. I have such debilitating perfectionism that even though I'm sitting here telling you to celebrate small writing successes, I don't think I'll be able to do it. It's like that meme that says something like, it's okay to take your time and not have everything figured out by now. But not me though, not for me. And there's just no need for such harshness. Get that through my brain. Be kind to yourself. You know, do it for me because I can't do it for myself. My third tip for balancing writing a novel and self-care is a bit of a tough love one, perhaps. And that is, you can't barter time. You just can't, it won't work. You can't tell yourself that it's okay to take a week off of writing because when you come back, you'll be able to double your word count and make up for lost time. Or you'll be refreshed and so writing will be so much easier. And the words will be so much better, so now your words won't need so much revision. And that's how you'll make up for lost time. The truth is that you can't make up for lost time. I mean, that's just it. Accept it. It's true. You can't make up for lost time. It is, of course, still okay to take a week off of writing, but just tell yourself that you are, in fact, taking a week off of writing, which means your schedule for finishing your writing project will be pushed back 1 week. Accept that and move on. Don't try to make up time. Don't secretly tell yourself that I'm saying this now, but in the future I won't be able to make up for the words and my schedule won't actually be pushed back for 1 week. It just won't happen. You won't be able to make up for lost time, and you'll just end up stressing yourself out and writing that never-ending cycle of one burnout after another. And you just don't need to do that, you know? Just accept it, you know? Accept it. I am taking a break. I will not try to make up for this break. Thus the purpose of the break. Happy 6 novels to me. Happy 6 novels to me. Happy 6 novels to Elizabeth. Happy 6 novels to me.